The lower Sioux in Minnesota need homes, so they are building them from hemp. And just so you know, this is one of those. This was a longer article, so I had it shortened down. Just so you know, those computers are working great. The Lower Sioux Indian Reservation in southern Minnesota is building a 20,000 square foot manufacturing campus to pioneer a green experiment. They will grow hemp, process it into insulation called hempcrete, and then build healthy homes with it. The Lower Sioux lost most of their lands in the 19th century and now live in poor soil on 1,743 acres. They are building homes that will last and be healthy, and are developing a niche eco skill they can market off the reservation as well. One of the smallest tribes in the county is leading the national charge on an integrated hempcrete operation, and it's fantastic because hempcrete is normally the domain of rich people with means to contract a green home, not marginalized communities. I'm not sure if that's all the way true, but whatever. Earl Pendleton, 52, a rail thin man of quiet intensity, grew obsessed with industrial hemp when reading about it 13 years ago. He learned it has 25,000 uses and can regenerate soil, sequester carbon, and doesn't require fertilizers. Hempcrete is made by mixing mashed stalks with lime and water, and then spraying or stuffing the resulting oatmeal-like substance in the cavities or framed walls. Commercial hemp was banned in the U.S. until the 2018 Farm Bill, but hempcrete has been slow to catch on due to chicken and egg conundrum. Pendleton saw a chance to pivot from the Lower Sioux jackpot Junction Casino, the tribe's main source of income for the past 35 years, because the per capita cut that each family gets from the 30 million profits yearly has shrunk dramatically, they say. Well. I do think hempcrete is a future, and I think one of the bigger problems with hempcrete is that not as many building departments across the country acknowledge hempcrete as an actual building material, and I think we need to get more cities and more bureaucracies on board with that, and probably even the federal government in as allowing hempcrete as a buildable source for all of these construction needs. And I think then you would see more of an economic boom within this country in regards to this industry. But shout out to the Sioux tribe out there in Minnesota for doing this, and I'm sure that they are going to be very profitable in their endeavors. And this is Jason Beck. What do you guys have to say
You know
about
what?
this?
Jason, and thank you, Ingrid, for your contribution with with the story. Always showing love out there. Most of y'all know that I'm a huge proponent of the hemp industry. I actually have one of our
Mm-hmm.
hemp hoodies on today.
Toasty.
Um, Toasty. Make sure y'all check out Toasty Teas. We got some good shit for y'all. But and the problem, Jason, is all these subsidies that are already put out for the concrete industry, for big lumber as well. And they have like 10, sometimes 15-year contracts, and they ain't breaking those, man. Like hempcrete specifically can solve so many problems. When
Mm-hmm.
it comes to insulation, when it comes to flame retardants, in at-risk states like here in California, you can replace all these roads with hempcrete, and you have a lot less issues too. But yeah, the problem is it costs too much, and you're not going to have those subsidies because they've already been given to the powers that be. And how much money is it going to cost to actually retrain a lot of those people in those legacy industries uh, um, um, to actually learn the processes with hemp,
You're forgetting
right?
the other
So
part, Rico.
what's that?
If roads didn't break, we wouldn't need planned obsolescence, and planned
That part,
obsolescence is the big part in all of this.
that part, there is no profit. There is no long-term profit or sustainable profit involved in a cure, right? So you're gonna
Exactly.
keep on doing something that is broken or half broken, like, oh yeah, we can fix it, we can improve. There's no need for the Maytag man if the shit never breaks down, right?
That's right. That's right. And there's no need to buy it again if it doesn't break.
Yep.
Well, national building standards have to incorporate this, and that's where the influence of these big industries is just hard to break. And right now, it's expensive insulation, and few people can afford it. They need, you can build lumber, I mean, non-structural support lumber out of hemp. There are so many things you can do, but each one of them competes with an industry making billions of dollars. And they can throw money at the national industry standards. that we can't. We're standing outside the castle with a bunch of signs screaming, yelling, "Let us in," and everybody else is already inside making money. And that's a problem we face with almost any hemp derived product. Either we can't produce it profitably here in the United States, it's got to be imported, or you can't break into the industries.
Yeah,
It's just
we
a
would much
difficult
rather
problem.
we would much rather fill the potholes rather than fix the damn road, right?
Ingrid is saying something interesting. She says that hempcrete's trouble is with the binders, and so, but that to me, to my understanding, that's water and lime, isn't it?
Well, it's quicklime, but
Mhm.
it's not structural. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you've got to have concrete that'll withstand different forces to be able to make it structural. And right now, it's just expensive insulation. So they need to develop hemp products that actually can withstand loads. Otherwise, it's just, like I said, expensive insulation.
Expensive insulation. Interesting,
Yep.
Dale. Interesting.
They need to dump some of that enforcement budget into the
Mhm.
development of hempcrete and research into the better hempcrete products.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
From
she
my
cops
says
are
opinion.
she
never giving
says
that money up.
hold on,
Nope.
this is super interesting. She also says the industry people are worried about protecting their quote unquote recipe instead of putting it out there to be tried and tested. So there
The
you go.
recipe.
That protectionist mindset popping back in, even when we're dealing with weed and hemp.
Yeah.
The
I
boof
can
of the
actually
boof.
Yep, the booth of the booth. I could actually see like a stopgap measure being maybe a hybrid material
Mm-hmm.
until we can figure out how to completely um, fix. I just looked up over here on Google. It says the biggest downsides of hempcrete are its porous structure of the hempcrete decreases its mechanical performance and increases the ability to retain water. Like
Yep.
maybe developing some kind of hybrid material until they fix all of that stuff. But you know what? Money fixes everything else. Money
Well,
goes into all this research.
Dale, I think you'll find this super interesting. Dr. Mark Scaldone is in the chat, and he says the concrete industry will resist until they own it. All kinds of structuralized testing needs to happen to show durability in its use.
It does. There's a lot of PR that goes into changing these industry standards. And when the door isn't open to you, then it's pretty hard to change them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
there is a lot of research in the strength of different concrete products. I mean, you have to test it at the site before it's allowed to be used for structure. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into this, but concrete's not the only thing you can use hemp for in building. It needs to be brought into every part of it it can be. I mean, they're taking goddamn chips of wood and turning them into 2x4s.
Well,
Okay,
that's particle
you
board.
tell me they? Well, yeah, you're telling me you can't make something out of hemp curd? I mean, come on, dude.
Feel like
It's
Goldilocks.
not true.
Feel like
But that's
Goldilocks.
the story that the industry's being told.
Every time you say curds, all I can think of is Goldilocks.
Goldilocks, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No
The
way.
three bears.
Yes, and
No
three
way.
bears. Yes. And on that, we got to go to a commercial. We're going to be right back.